Koresh. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Well, that sucked. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio virtual studios here in beautiful New Jersey and Beverly Hills, California. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. This is the damn it unhappy, let's just say it's the damn it unhappy Devils recap. I'm mad. You're mad. Everybody's mad. I'm mad at the Devils. I'm mad at Devils management. I'm mad at the injuries. I'm mad at everyone. Except for you, Scotty. Because you usually talk me off the ledge. Yeah.
I gotta try. It's gonna be hard this time, though. I'm not gonna lie. We don't got a lot of good things to look at over here, Sam Wu. It's been rough. Pun intended. Pun intended there.
Well, before we begin, Scotty, just to let the fans know, because I'm going to gloat about it, because there's nothing to really gloat about with the loss like this tonight. But you heard it here first, what happened to Jack Hughes. Even though it took the Devils like 2.5 days to make an announcement, and it was radio silence the entire time. I even tweeted out yesterday, done. But when I tweeted that out, I was actually done with something else. But people thought it was about Jack Hughes, and I forgot that, we do a podcast. I do blogs. I do all that. But you heard it here first. Jack Hughes' diagnosis. Do you mind if I play that little something from Sunday night?
All right.
On Devils After Dark?
Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. What happened to Jack Hughes? Let's go back to the videotape. I'm going to speculate that it is a grade 2 knee sprain. I'm just guessing. That's
You're
my
just
guess.
guessing. You're just, okay. All right.
Yeah, because he was able to skate. It's just he couldn't put much weight on it afterwards. He didn't have.
So grade 2, not grade 3? 3.5?
No, I don't think it's that
4?
bad.
No.
I'm just guessing.
What's the highest
I'm not
grade
a doctor.
you can get? Is it grade 1?
I think it's 4.
Or 2 or 3? 4?
I think it's 4. Yeah.
Grade 4? That's just like broke. Why don't they just call it broken?
Breaking from Amanda Stein.
There we go. Look at
See,
that.
you got to hear it first. So I don't know why the Devils took 2.5 days. We guessed it on Devils After Dark, and I'm a physician without a license, and I can figure it out.
Apparently, yeah. You should have like an honorary doctorate from R.J. Barnabas. That's what I think, right? I think that after that sort of, medical wow.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You should definitely have an honorary doctorate by now. For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Because if it were up to me, I'd just say, like, I'd pull a Herb Brooks. You remember the movie Miracle? I would call Jack Hughes candy ass and tell him to go back in there. You can't hurt it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, well. Maybe not the way to
go. All right, don't listen to me.
Yeah, maybe not the way to go there. All right, so we're cutting Sam Wu off now after that. We're not going to... Again, Jack Hughes. See, that was Sam Wu, not Scotty. Okay, make sure you don't confuse the two. He was the one talking about the turnovers, and I just said, keep doing what you're doing, kid. And that leads us right into, actually, a perfect segue. Thank you, Sam. Into basically the biggest news of the day, besides the amount of Ranger fans at the Rock tonight, cheering on the Rangers. The biggest news of the day is that it broke that Jack Hughes is done for the season. Not only Jack Hughes, but now Nathan Bastian's out. And during the game, looks like Jimmy Vesey, unfortunately, is going to be out for a portion of time there, probably the rest of the season, and also Yegor Sharangovich, which we're going to talk about. So horrible news, not what we wanted to hear. I get it, being smart, shut him down, but I think we were all secretly hoping. I know I was. Definitely talked about it many times right here on Devils After Dark, which, by the way, welcome to. I'm Scotty, Sam Wu. No ringing the hell's bells tonight. Hello, everyone. Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. Thank you for all the likes, follows, subscribes. Send us your comments. I'm sure you're as angry as Sam and I both are right now after this game. But the real bummer is, Jack here performing. What do you have? 56 points in 49 games or something like that? Man, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see. He was getting close to some of those totals. That 60-point season, that 30-goal mark. It's just nice. It's nice to have those things, We like to have nice things like that on the team. Nice little shiny. Watch him go. Watch him put the puck in the net. And I know we got some others, but, Jack is our golden boy there. So, real big bummer that he's not going to be coming back for the rest of the season. And I agree, though, if that's what it is, they should just shut him down. There's no need to actually bring him back other than, like we said, some of that cool stuff that we were talking about with just some totals. But he'll be back next season, ready to go. It's not something that, we're going to need major surgery or anything like that. So that's the good news there. Rather have him shut down, but, man, it was getting real fun watching him play. Not like tonight's game, which was, it was a little painful at times. Devils and the Rangers, the old rivalry back in town. Devils looking to maybe get another taste of a victory after the 7-4 win what was that, 2 weeks ago? To stop a losing streak. So we're hoping it's going to go again and stop them. We know it didn't happen. The losing streak is now at 4. And we had some injuries during the game. So let's get into it. It started out actually pretty well for the Devils and our good friend Yegor Sharangovich, the new number 17, because he hit one of those point totals, getting his 20th goal of the season on a nice intercept of a pass. Trouba trying to bring the puck out of the Rangers zone. Yegor Sharangovich, he's a little bit taller, uses that reach, pokes the stick back, and he's got a breakaway right there on Georgiev. And Georgiev. I always screw up the name every time I say
Georgie V. Georgie V. That's what I call him.
Georgiev. I got it written down here, like right in front of me. Georgiev. I got to just keep saying it like Georgiev. It's like a Seinfeld episode happening again. But either way, Yegor Sharangovich put a pretty backhand move on Georgiev and got the Devils on the board 1-0. And, nice to see. You like to see the team getting, pumped up. Obviously, Jack's not on the ice. Nathan Bastian's not on the ice. Miles Wood, by the way, was back playing on the top line with Nico Hischier and Jesper Bratt. But we know soon after that, the hit happened with Braden Schneider leveling. And I mean leveling Jesper Boquist on a clean hit. Jesper had his head down. Schneider put a shoulder to him, and he put him down. And, I mean, he more than put him down. He sent Boquist flying. Yegor Sharangovich comes in, tries to scrum it up a little bit. Listen, when you do that and you're in the NHL, well, a lot of times in the old AHL as well, and other leagues, but you better be ready to protect yourself because that guy that you're going to scrum it up with may decide to drop the gloves and throw down. And that's what Schneider did. And he got a couple good shots on old Yegor there. Yegor eventually got the gloves off. He took a nice big swing, but I don't think he hit anything. But, you like to see them sticking up for each other. That's good. Was it necessary? No, at that point. I don't know if it was actually necessary for Yegor. I don't know. I didn't think the hit. It was just Boquist set his head down and he went flying. But I don't really. Did I miss something? I don't really think the hit was like dirty or anything like that, unless I'm completely lost on it. The one thing I am lost on, though, Sam Wu, is I watched it, saw the replay, and I thought it was pretty clear that Schneider was the first one to drop the gloves there. So I understand Igor coming in there to scrum it up, big hit, blah, blah, blah. But he gets an instigator penalty for that? Like,
yeah, I mean, the PK...
A 10-minute? Like, that didn't seem to line up to me. That just kind of seemed like a 5-5 right there. You know, maybe... I don't know. No, it just seemed like a 5-5.
I think it was a stretch. I think the refs got it wrong here. I mean, Subban the other night, I thought they got it right with the Subban thing, but this one they got it wrong. I mean, Sharon Govich. I mean, I think if you go back to the replay, I didn't look back, but I think Sharon Govich. To me, I thought Schneider threw the first punch in that one. And I don't think that's 100%. Really an instigator at that point. It's not like Sharon Govich caught him blindsided and it was a dangerous play. I mean, they were basically just tussling at that point. Yeah. And, you know, in the context of the game, I think the refs blew that one.
I think they did, too. And like we said, in Schneider's case, and that you want to drop the gloves, you got to drop. Then you're going to drop the gloves, and you're going to go. And I have no problem with any of that. But giving Igor the instigator and the 10-minute as well, coupled in the fact that we got Jack Hughes out, Jesper Bratsman on a cold streak. Like, this guy just put home his 20th, just had a hat trick the game before. Maybe we want him on the ice right now as some sort of scoring punch for this team. So to see him go out like that, and he took a couple shots, hey, that's going to happen. But then, I don't know, the penalties.
Well, I did a little reconnaissance. By accident. So DirecTV did not actually have the Devils Rangers, the Cangelosi and Danico feed for I think first 10 minutes of the game. Couldn't find it. And when I did find it, it was some sports betting program. It was awful. So the only feed I had was thinking that it was the Devils feed, was the Devils Rangers feed, Sam Rosen and McLetty. Now, as broadcasters, I respect them. They are well-respected broadcasters. But my goodness, did they do their job so well at being Rangers homers? I mean, they were just like gushing over Schneider, how it was like Sharon Govich attacked him and instigated it and all that. All Sharon Govich did was give him a nudge. They tussled, and it was actually Braden Shen that actually took it to a whole new level and pounded Sharon Govich. There's evidence of that. Look at his forehead before he left to go to the locker room. So, all I have to say is I don't have a problem with sticking up for your teammate. Is what Chico Resch said on the Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday night, that if you don't have a problem with it, you shouldn't have a problem with it if it was the other way around. Because that's part of the game. It's kind of an honor code. It's kind of like respect. You defend your teammate, and it ends there. It's not something that you spill into 5 years later, and then you take a cheap shot out of nowhere. Those days are over. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead with the Unhappy Devils recap. I just didn't want to. I just want to put that out there.
I just really disagreed with the instigator call and the 10-minute that goes along with that. I really didn't think that was an instigator right there. I just thought that was a 5-5. And what happened in the fight, like we said, happened in the fight. That's just part of it. That's part of the game. But I thought the penalties were way off. And wouldn't you know it, the Rangers went right ahead and took direct advantage of that and scored on the ensuing power play. Strome got his 16th, left wide open right in the center of the ice. Power play goal. Kreider got the assist, his 20th. Panarin, his 64th. Jeez. His 64th assist right there. Yep. Tied it on up. And then again, later in the period, on the power play again, Panarin gets his 65th. Adam Fox gets his 57th assist. Man, these guys are just piling up the points. But Kreider at the side of the net gets a power play. Beauty of a kind of a tip deflection thing on that pass from Panarin. I don't know what do you want to call it, but I really can't fault Nico Dawes on either of those goals. Like I said, Strome was wide open, right dead center in the middle of the ice, like right in front of Nico. I don't know. I can't fault him on it. The other one is Kreider's 47th goal of the year, by the way. This dude, everything he touches this year is golden. So good for him. He's having his career season. That was a hell of a goal that he got there right at the end. And then the Devils didn't play like horrible, but there was nothing too great going on after that. Georgiev kind of shut him down. Nico Dawes made a few saves here and there, but it really wasn't anything too special until early in the third period. You thought maybe the Devils had a chance to come back. They were down 2-1, and Braun got the goal there, his sixth, and it just felt like one of those games again where maybe they might get that goal late to make it 3-2 to make the last 30 seconds, the scramble kind of deal, but didn't even happen tonight. That's what they needed, and the Ranger fans cheered in the Rock once again. 3-1 final for the Rangers. And let me get over here to the old team stats. Shots on goal for the Rangers, only a total of 17. Devils, a total of 21. Not too much. Really didn't make old Georgie there work in net. Hits 20-18 in favor of the Rangers. Face-offs 27-1 for the Rangers, 19 for the Devils. I found some new stats that I can read through over here, Sam. It's exciting. Power play opportunities. Devils were 0 for 2. Rangers were 2 for 3. Penalty minutes. Block shots. There we go. Devils had 9 blocks, 4 takeaways, 14 giveaways. Woo, Tess Smith. This wasn't really a great game. I mean, they lost. They were at least in it. I feel like the Rangers kind of let them hang around for some reason. Nico Dawes, he made some, but he only had to make 17. That's only 14 saves, 17 shots. They really didn't test him that much, and can't say I was happy, Sam Wu. Yeah, I know.
Season's over. Now it's just a matter of formality.
The party's over. There's nothing fun left. All we had was hoping, Jack. We were just hoping for Jack to hit 30 so we could celebrate that. 60 points, maybe Nico gets 60.
I was hoping that the delay in news, I was really hoping that miracle, the delay in news of Jack Hughes was going to be him being like Willis Reed coming out to the Devils Rangers game.
To the Devils Rangers game.
And he scores that one goal. And I predicted this on Game Day Live, and he scores that one goal, and the Devils just win 1-0. And he just sits the rest of the game. And the Devils play great team defense, no mistake hockey. It was boring as hell, and they beat the Rangers 1-0. That's what I was hoping for, but instead, they did have a good second period, limiting one shot. But this is what I find funny. After the game, Devils After Dark, there was no word about Jack Hughes, which is understandable, right? Amanda Stein tweeting out, as soon as I know, I'll let you know. That was 2.5 days later before anybody said anything. It was like coming from the Devils media staff. Nothing on Jack Hughes, right? I can understand medical. I can understand, real time. You really want to get it right. I understand that. But no communication to the Devils fans. We are so emotionally and monetarily invested in this team. Jack Hughes, the face of the franchise, the face of the league, a number 1 overall pick. It was And then in the middle of the game, they said what his injury was, right? Low-grade MCL sprain, whatever. Now, I'm looking at the press conference coming from Amanda Stein. She's quoting. Let's see here. She's quoting that, saying that Jimmy Vesey will have an MRI done tomorrow. Sharon Govich was pulled from the game because of an injury from his fight in the first period. We'll have to reevaluate him tomorrow before any further determinations. How come you know all this stuff and can report it 30 minutes after the game, but you couldn't even give us an update or something about Jack Hughes? I feel like it's a slap in the face to the fans. And I was thinking, are they going to pull a PR stunt? Are they going to do this? Is Jack really okay? The entire 2.5 days, I was worried about his knee because he's looked so good this season and the future of the Devils, what this will mean for the next year, 2 years, if it was a serious tear where it's a reconstruction surgery, everything goes in your mind because this. Radio silence. Radio silence. Shame on you, New Jersey Devils. Didn't mean that. I hit the wrong button. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be a negative Nancy and bitching all the time, but you know what? It's kind of like this. You engage with your fans with everything, with all the social media and all that, but nothing on Jack Hughes. You kind of left us hanging. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Okay. I'm mad about
that. Well, I'm definitely mad about this game. It just seemed like there was a lack of effort going on, kind of going through the motions against your arch nemesis. Oh, we're officially in last place. 2-7-1 in our last 10. Now it's got to be 1-8-1 right now. Even the Flyers have passed this. It's just atrocious. But Jack Hughes is shut down. We'll see what happens with Nathan Bastian. We're going to see how long Igor Sharangovich is going to be out. Jimmy Vesey doesn't look like he's coming back. So I don't know what they're going to do for players pretty soon because that bench was getting pretty short over there. And we still got, what was it? What do we got? Like a dozen games left to go or something like that? And we got Montreal next. Maybe we can win one, right? Our last game of this homestand, which we've gotten slaughtered on. And now we're going to head back out to, what do we got? Dallas, Arizona. Well, okay, maybe. Colorado, Seattle, Vegas. They are not home until the 21st of April again. After this Montreal game. They're on the road for quite some time.
We're going to be up late hours, which you and I need to discuss because it may be in my household.
So, yeah, I mean, the Devils they got to put it together here. They got to come up with something because, again, this is just in the makings for another 6-7 game losing streak again.
Well, Art Heaton is talking up a storm on the YouTube Live, but he doesn't make a good point by question. So they screw Utica and take players to fill spots? ? It's a good point because I'd rather not. I don't know. Weaken Utica at this point.
I don't know if there's anyone on waivers. I'm gonna claim someone somehow. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll bring up someone. I don't think they'll bring up any of the prospects, right? I would think maybe the AJ Greer. Who else?
Why don't we just play all three goalies in net?
I don't know. I think that they might bring up some of maybe the vet. You know what? I really don't know. I really don't know what they can do in this situation. I really don't.
Yeah.
Having 4 people injured like that with dozen games left to go. It's mind-boggling. Jack Hughes. Jimmy Vesey did not look good.
He did not look good.
He can put no weight on that, and I couldn't really even tell how it happened because Jimmy Vesey was the one throwing the hit into the boards, and then just look like his knee gave out. Like he was trying to use his stick as a crutch to stay up. Like it was like almost like rowing a boat or something like that. He was just trying. And it was like, nope. And he went down. And that was in the offensive zone too. He caused a turnover on that hit. And then he just, that don't look good. Igor, he'll probably be back before the end of the season, you know. But Bastian yesterday or 2 days ago, man, he took a beating in that game. He's getting hit all over the place. That puck to the ankle was just like the end of it. He was having tough time skating all game long.
Yeah.
He took a couple shots like earlier in the game. So that don't look good either. So if we got 3 guys.
Here we go again.
One confirmed. Again. Yeah, one confirmed that isn't coming back for the rest of the season. And you have 2 others that may possibly be out for the rest of the season as well. I mean, who else you got left? You got Gearston there. You would throw him in the lineup down there on the 4th line there, taking over Bastion's spot. But who else is gonna play? They got to get someone from somewhere. I don't know.
Are there any e-bug type players that are still around?
I don't know.
Will the Devils have a contest? Hey,
Gauthier.
we need
That's
some
right.
bodies on the ice.
That's right. Steve Tartaz. Gauthier and Greer back there. And Gauthier was up on the team at the very beginning of the season, and then he's been down there. So those are 2 names that probably might find their way up to the big team for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then let the process, or do you bring the prospects up and say, the hell with it, you're here for the rest? I mean, that would screw them up, right? With all their timing. And
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do that, right?
I would just bring up the guys, the veterans that are in the AHL or just, sitting the bench.
Yeah.
And have them play for jobs at this point. This is an evaluation period anyway. The season's lost. Okay, so what if the Devils?
Oh, the season's been
games
lost
at this point.
I know.
20 games.
We're gonna end up
not 20 games.
Here we go. Lottery spot again. Here we go. This is the one spot I didn't. Well, I would, like I said, could take the losing if the effort is there. I didn't really feel like the effort was all the way there tonight. But either way, just didn't want to see the team back in this position again. Even if they didn't have a winning record, just wanted to see them climbing up in the standings and moving in the right direction. And it's injury. It's always something. It seems like it's always something, So it's very, very disheartening to think about these last, dozen games. Although maybe we'll have a nice, fun miracle run from Mr. Nico Hischier. Maybe he goes on a run. What's he got? 50 some points or something like that. Maybe he gets or 40s, high 40s. I gotta look. Maybe he gets himself up into the 60 range. I don't know. We gotta look for something, right? What else we got?
Free tickets. Do you think we can even give them away at this point? All right. In all seriousness, I don't know.
Super disheartening.
In all seriousness. I'm going to try to look at the bright side here. Jack Hughes is not seriously hurt. As far as we know, he's already starting rehab, according to the press release. So that's a good sign. No surgery. The season was lost anyway, so he can't get any hurt any more than this. Hopefully he doesn't fall down the stairs by accident. Whatever, but also VC very concerned about.
Why even do it? Why even talk like that? Don't even mention things like that. What? Are you crazy?
Well, we've seen strange things happen. When
Brian
Leach came home from
why
the game
do you bring up stuff
trick?
like that? Don't bring that up. Don't bring up that. Don't. No. Jack is going to be just fine. Jack is going to be just fine. Just fine.
The thing about Jack Hughes is he's still young and he can just bounce back up. So,
well, that's what we're hoping for.
That button. Yeah. But right now, it's all doom and gloom. I would have to say, can't believe I'm saying this, stuck up for him. But is Lindy Ruff's, job? Is he on the hot seat? Chico Resch said on the Devils Hockey Network during the game that, Matty, you and I have followed this team. It's not the coaches. Chico said it again. It's not the coaches. Because, if it was, he wouldn't really say anything about it. He's really adamant that it's not the coaches. And, I have to agree, but what will shake this team up to play better? These mistakes that are made at times are just mind-boggling. And I think they're their own worst enemy.
Yeah. It's just reverting again, and it's very, 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 very frustrating to see it against, and especially against the Rangers as well. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna be back. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna hope for a different outcome this Thursday, against the Montreal Canadiens, who will be down here at the Prudential Center for a 7 p.m. Eastern start time. Thursday night, we'll have some game day live action going with Vinny and Sam, and then we'll be along afterwards for Devils After Dark, hopefully putting an end to this losing streak, which is now at 4 games, and we just don't want to see these tail on longer and longer. Let's hope we see you or Sharon Govich back in the lineup, and I'm sure there will be some other changes. So we'll be talking about what's going on when we see the call-ups tomorrow, and get maybe more definitive injury reports.
Yeah. Also, State of the Fan address. State of the Fan address tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Guest Neil McHale of Inside Hockey and Backhanded Devil. Backhanded Devil. He's a pretty funny guy on Twitter. Got some good memes, got some good graphics. I always laugh at his stuff. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Let's Go Devils Pod. But yeah. Gonna hit the music.
Nice. There it is.
Yes.
Wrapping up a crappy Devils lost to the arch rival Rangers. Hot damn, did that suck. Big hits, fights. But Rangers came out on top. Some really good plays. Whatever.
NJ Drummer 44 says, I almost peed in my pants when Wu said he'll be able to fall down the steps. YouTube Live. Anyway. All right. See you tomorrow. And see you Thursday. Till next time. Let's go.